Hey there, adventurers. Welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be exploring chapters 50 through 85 of Journey to the West.
Yeah.
This section of the story, I think, really gets into the heart of some of the big themes and really interesting encounters.
Absolutely. And kind of cool things to unpack, right?
Yeah, so much happens in these chapters. I mean, right off the bat,
Yeah.
Tripitaka and the gang find themselves like prisoners
Right.
in a mountain lair. This demon king,
Yeah. This Demon King's got a pretty powerful trick up his sleeve.
a magical ring
Yeah.
that absorbs like anybody's powers who attacks.
Anyone who attacks him, it's wild.
That's a tough one to beat. How do you even approach that?
Yeah, it's really interesting because it forces Sun Wukong, who's usually...
I can handle this.
Yeah, brute force. Yeah, I got this.
I'm the Monkey King.
To actually have to think outside the box, right?
Yeah, he's got to use his brain.
Right.
It's not just about strength.
He calls in favors from, like, everybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he pulls out all the stops.
He goes to the Jade Emperor,
Oh,
to, like, celestial warriors.
Masters of fire and water.
Yeah, it's like, you name it. He's trying everything.
And nothing.
But the ring just absorbs it all.
It's almost like they run into kryptonite.
Right.
You think you're all powerful, and then bam, something like that.
Right. And it kind of changes the whole game, right?
Totally. So, like, how do they even resolve this?
Well, it turns out that this Demon King, who seems so powerful and unbeatable,
Okay.
is actually the pet ox of the great Lord Lao Tzu.
Oh, wow. So it's all about who you know.
Right. It's not about, like, raw power necessarily,
It's about connections.
but, like, who you know and the favors you can call in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also, I think, throws a little wrench
Definitely.
in this whole idea of, like, deities being these, like, perfect, all-powerful beings.
Totally. Because even the highest gods
They've got problems.
have their issues, right? They got their own stuff going on.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe their pets are causing problems.
Right. Exactly. And they're not always like these pristine, perfect beings.
So Tripitaka and his disciples are like, they're not just battling demons, right?
No.
They're battling, like, a whole system where,
The rules are a little flexible.
yeah, and things aren't always what they seem.
And like power dynamics are
Yeah.
constantly shifting.
Speaking of shifting, we move on to this very interesting episode,
Yes.
The Land of Women.
Land of women indeed.
I kind of love this part of the story.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just this wild situation where you have a devout monk
Yeah.
and his, like, gluttonous companion,
Right.
and suddenly they're like,
They're in trouble.
yeah, they're pregnant.
They're pregnant.
In this land where men don't exist.
Yeah.
It just throws you for a loop.
Totally. What is going on here?
It really makes you think about, like, what was the author's intention?
Right. Like, what are we supposed to take away from this crazy scenario?
Is this like a commentary on gender roles?
It's possible, right? And, like, on the one hand, you could see it as like a playful critique of those roles. You know, these women are running their own society,
They're doing fine.
perfectly capable without men. But on the other hand, you know,
It does cause some problems.
it does highlight what happens when you enter a space with your own assumptions.
Right, like Tripitaka and Pig, they just come in with,
Their baggage.
yeah, their baggage and their expectations. And
It backfires spectacularly.
yeah, and it's not just the pregnancy thing.
Oh, no.
I mean, the queen of this land,
Oh, yeah. She's smitten.
she is like head over heels for Tripitaka.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't be?
I mean,
He's a very handsome monk. Let's be real.
he's got this like air of piety and holiness.
Yeah, maybe it's the robes.
Maybe it's the robes. I don't know.
But she's like, I want to marry you. You can be king.
Take over the whole kingdom.
Yeah, ditch this whole scripture thing and just like settle down.
Yeah, what a temptation.
Oh, huge temptation.
But this is where we really see Tripitaka's dedication to his mission.
Absolutely. He could have like taken the easy route.
Yeah, right?
But he's like, nope, I'm here for enlightenment.
Spiritual growth over worldly comfort.
That's the path I'm choosing.
Exactly. But of course, it wouldn't be Journey to the West
Right?
without a little Monkey King magic to get them out of this pickle.
Yeah, he always has a plan.
He finds a way to get their travel documents
Right.
while still upholding Tripitaka's vows.
Clever monkey.
Oh, yeah. Another example of his loyalty and his quick thinking.
And his ability to kind of like manipulate situations to his advantage,
That's Monkey King.
which is a recurring theme.
Exactly. But as we're going to see,
Yay.
even the Monkey King's loyalty is going to be put to the test.
Oh, yeah. Things are going to get even trickier.
Yeah. Because this journey takes like a darker turn after this.
It does. You know, after escaping the land of women, they encounter some bandits
Okay.
and a family that's harboring a secret.
Okay.
And Tripitaka's compassion kind of clashes with Sun Wukong's impulsiveness.
Oh, so it's like their personalities are starting to...
Yeah, they're button heads. And it leads to this heartbreaking separation.
Oh, no.
And just when you think things can't get more complicated, guess what?
I don't even want to guess.
Another Sun Wukong appears.
What?
An identical Sun Wukong
Oh, my gosh.
shows up.
Talk about a plot twist.
Talk about throwing a wrench in the works.
Oh, wow. So now we got two Monkey Kings.
Two Monkey Kings.
This is going to be good.
And everybody's like, wait, who's the real one?
How do you even tell?
Right.
They probably look exactly alike.
Exactly. And they both act like Sun Wukong. They both have the powers.
Oh, my God.
It's like this whole question of identity and authenticity comes up.
Wow.
Like, what makes the Monkey King the Monkey King?
Wow. So who even steps in to try to figure this out?
I mean, they go to, like, the King of Hell.
Oh, wow.
They go to this all-knowing beast called the Prey,
What is that?
which literally translates to, like, truth listener.
Okay.
It's this mythical creature in Chinese folklore,
All right.
often depicted with a single horn and the ability to understand all languages.
Oh, wow. So this thing can see through anything.
Yeah, so even with this powerful being involved, it's still tricky.
Oh, wow. So how does it get resolved?
Well, the tension keeps building
I bet.
until finally they have to go to Buddha,
Of course, because that's like the ultimate.
the ultimate authority.
Yeah.
And it's a battle not just for Tripitaka's trust,
Right.
but for, like, the soul of the Monkey King.
Wow.
And what they discover is that the imposter is a six-eared macaque.
What's a six-eared macaque?
So it's this creature that's known in Chinese folklore for its ability to perfectly mimic.
Oh, wow. So it's like a copycat.
A copycat, yeah. So think of it like as a physical manifestation of the Monkey King's shadow self.
Oh, that's
It's
interesting.
like all of his mischief and impulsiveness, like, amplified.
Wow. So it's like a darker version of him.
Right, exactly. And it's like the story saying that sometimes our greatest battles are against, like, the darker aspects of ourselves.
That's a deep.
Yeah, and so we're going to see that theme continue as we move into the next part of our deep dive, because those internal struggles are just as important as the external ones.
Right, because we can have all these demons and monsters outside,
Exactly.
but it's really about what's going on inside.
Absolutely. And those are sometimes even harder to fight.
I bet. Okay, so we've seen Tripitaka and the gang, like, outsmart a demon king,
Right.
navigate this crazy land of women, and face off against a literal doppelganger.
Yeah.
You think they deserve a break, right?
You would think.
But nope.
Nope.
Next up,
Flaming Mountains.
the Flaming Mountains.
Yeah, this is a whole different kind of challenge.
Oh, yeah. This is serious.
Yeah, we're moving from, like, moral dilemmas
Okay.
to a very, like, visceral physical obstacle.
Right, it's like the heat.
The heat.
It's like a
yeah.
manifestation of something deeper.
Yeah, like the burning passions.
Okay.
The desires that can consume us.
Wow. And the only solution...
Flies with Princess Iron Fan.
Oh, no, not her again.
I know, right?
Sun Wukong's, like, nemesis.
They irony.
So they have to go borrow a magical fan.
A magical fan to put out the flames.
From his enemy.
Yeah, talk about...
Backward.
Come full circle.
Like what goes around comes around.
Right, like your past actions,
All those grudges.
they can come back to haunt you.
Literally in the form of a mountain range.
A fiery mountain range.
Exactly.
And for Sun Wukong, this is really a moment of reckoning.
Oh yeah, he's got to face the music.
Yeah, he wasn't always a hero.
No, he's a bit of a troublemaker.
A trickster.
So how does he even approach this?
So he actually makes 3 attempts to get this fan.
3.
3, each one more outlandish than the last.
I love it.
First, he tries to just battle her head on.
Oh, that seems very Monkey King.
Very straightforward, but Princess Iron Fan is not having it.
She's tough.
Oh yeah, she's a formidable opponent.
So what's plan B?
Plan B, he shrinks himself down
Oh no.
to the size of an insect.
Classic Sun Wukong.
Right, he's going to sneak in and steal the fan while she's sleeping.
I can see where this is going. But even in miniature form, he can't resist a little mischief.
Oh no, what does he do?
He gets drunk
On what?
on the princess's liquor.
Oh no, he's going to give himself away.
And of course he does.
So attempt number 3.
Attempt number 3 is the ultimate disguise.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
He impersonates the princess's husband.
No way, the Demon Bull King?
The Demon Bull King himself.
This is brilliant.
It's pretty clever, right?
Who uses his transformation powers.
Uh-huh. And it actually gives us a little insight into the princess, too.
Okay.
She's longing for her husband's attention.
Ah, so that's her weakness.
And that makes her vulnerable to Sun Wukong's deception.
Okay, but even if his intentions are good,
Right.
is it okay to, like, manipulate someone's feelings like that?
Yeah, it's tricky, right?
It's a moral gray area again.
It's Journey to the West for you.
Exactly. But we know Princess Ironfan, she's not going to be easily fooled.
Oh, no, she sees right through him.
Yeah.
Gives him a fake fan.
I know.
It's a humbling moment for Sun Wukong. It's like a reminder that brains can be just as powerful as brawn.
Right. He can't always just punch his way out of a situation.
Exactly.
But he does eventually get the real fan.
He does.
Puts out the flames. They're back on the road.
Back on the road to enlightenment.
You would think that's enough.
You would think.
But no.
But Journey to the West never stops.
The next obstacle is a mountain of
rotting persimmons.
Rotting persimmons.
It's as bad as it sounds.
Oh, I bet.
The stench is so bad it creates like this impassable swamp.
Oh, gosh, so it's not even a fire this time. It's like...
It's a sensory assault.
So who steps up to the plate this time?
It's Pig's time to shine.
Pig.
Pig. He transforms into a giant boar.
Oh, of course.
And just eats his way through the obstacle.
Oh my gosh, that is so Pig.
It's perfect, right?
It's like his gluttony actually saves the day.
For once.
Yeah, and I bet Tripitaka's like,
he's actually impressed.
good job, Pig.
Yeah, Pig gets a rare moment of praise.
But those good vibes don't last long.
No, because their next stop is a kingdom with a very sinister plot.
Okay, what's going on now?
So we've got a deceitful Daoist priest
Okay.
who's convinced the king that he needs to eat children's livers
Oh my gosh.
to achieve immortality.
This is dark.
It's really dark.
So we're talking about like greed and exploitation.
Yeah, like the worst of humanity.
And it's in a position of power.
Right. The king is totally under this priest's spell.
So what's Monkey King gonna do?
This time he has to use his brain.
Okay.
He becomes like a detective.
Okay.
He uses his shape-shifting.
You got your evidence.
Yeah, he infiltrates the palace.
It's like he's Sherlock Holmes, but with magic powers.
Exactly.
So he figures out what's going on.
But of course there's a twist.
There's always a twist.
The priest is riding a magical deer
Okay.
that belongs to the South Pole Star deity.
Wait, a deity is involved in this.
Well, not directly, but it raises questions, right?
Yeah, about good and evil.
Like, are even the gods capable of wrongdoing?
Or is it like their possessions can be corrupted?
It's like this moral ambiguity again.
It's like, who are the good guys, who are the bad guys?
You never really know.
And that ambiguity continues.
Right. Next part of our journey.
What happens?
Tripitaka, the wise and compassionate Tripitaka, gets tricked by a beautiful demon.
Oh, no.
And he ends up trapped in a bottomless pit.
A bottomless pit.
And it's up to Sun Wukong to rescue him.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. Tripitaka tricked by a demon and trapped in a bottomless pit. That's going to be a tough one to get out of.
It is. And you know, it's interesting because this whole section of the journey takes place in this kingdom with a very telling name, Extinction.
Extinction.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
No, it's not a happy place. And it really kind of adds a layer of social commentary to the story. You know, the king has been swayed by this deceitful monk to eradicate Buddhism.
Wow, so they're trying to kill all the Buddhists.
Yeah, the king has vowed to kill 10,000 monks.
That's intense. Yeah, it's pretty heavy stuff, and it's like this reminder of how faith can be distorted.
Right, like used for bad purposes.
And, you know, manipulated for personal gain.
It's kind of the opposite of what Tripitaka is trying to do.
Right. He's trying to bring these scriptures back and spread the teachings.
And here's this king trying to destroy it all.
It's a pretty stark contrast.
Yeah, so how do they even navigate this situation?
Well, you know, they're so close to their destination.
They've come so far.
But they're facing this, like, incredible hostility.
I mean, it's one thing to have demons and monsters. It's another thing to have, like, a whole kingdom against you.
Right. It's a different kind of challenge.
So how do they get through this?
Well, this is where Sun Wukong has to get creative again.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
No more monkey business this time. He decides to use disguise.
Okay.
He transforms himself and his companions into merchants.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, so they can blend in.
Okay.
And try and sneak into the city.
Undercover.
Exactly.
But doesn't something happen with a cabinet?
Yes. They almost get caught and they have to hide in this locked cabinet.
Oh gosh, that's a close call.
It is, and it's like this moment of, you know, humor and suspense.
Right.
You got these powerful beings crammed into this tiny space.
That's gotta be uncomfortable.
Yeah, and they're like petrified of being discovered.
Yeah.
But then something even crazier happens.
Wow.
The cabinet gets stolen by bandits.
You can't make this stuff up.
It's Journey to the West. Anything can happen.
Out of the frying pan into the fire?
Right. They've escaped the immediate danger, but they're still in trouble.
Still in enemy territory.
With a king who wants them dead.
This is intense.
But never fear, son Wukong has a plan.
Of course he does.
And this time, it's a little bit mischievous.
Okay, I like where this is going.
He sneaks into the palace and shaves everyone's heads.
He does not.
He does, even the king.
Oh my gosh, what is he thinking?
Well, it's hilarious, right? But it's also this really profound act of defiance. He's basically saying, all this focus on appearances.
Right.
It's meaningless.
Compared to true faith.
Exactly.
Wow. And so what happens is the king, freak out?
No, surprisingly, he actually has a change of heart.
He does?
He realizes he's been wrong.
Wow.
And he repents.
So Sun Wukong's little prank actually worked.
It did. He kind of gave the king this wake-up call.
And he even asked to become a disciple.
Yeah, of Tripitaka.
Oh, wow. So the kingdom of extinction becomes like the kingdom of adoration.
Right. It's this beautiful transformation.
It really shows you the power of, forgiveness.
And compassion.
So what an amazing journey.
It really is.
We've seen epic battles and tricky disguises and these moral questions that just make you think.
Yeah, and it's incredible how Journey to the West blends these things together.
Yeah, it's funny and it's exciting, but it also makes you think.
And it's all about this spiritual journey.
Right. It's not just a physical adventure.
Exactly, and we've just scratched the surface.
I know there's so much more to explore.
But I hope this deep dive has inspired you to keep reading.
Yeah, and remember, it's not always going to be easy.
There will be obstacles.
Yeah, both inside and out.
But like Tripitaka and his crew, we can overcome them.
We can learn and grow.
And find our own path.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to ask you what resonated with you the most.
Yeah. What are you taking away from this journey?
Was it the Monkey King's cleverness?
Tripitaka's unwavering faith?
Or maybe even Pig's surprising moments of heroism?
Whatever it is, hold on to that insight.
Let it guide you.
And keep exploring.
With a sense of wonder and curiosity.
Until next time, happy adventuring.
See you on the next deep dive.